In 2022, I made a specific video reminiscing what have I done in that year, what plans I had for 2023. Today marks a whole year that has gone past since that video. And here's what happens. Hey guys, welcome to another video. And today, like I mentioned, we're gonna be going through a memory lane of what has happened in this year, what promises or goals I had since last year that I've done for this year, and what is to come for 2024. What we did this year. So right upon making the video from last year, I kind of gone through obviously the games that I needed to finish at the time. Scarlet Nexus and Metal Gear Rising. Both of them I was upon brinking of finishing them up before the year ended, on obviously starting 2023. Sadly, only one of them. Metal Gear Rising main game is the one I beaten first before the year. Scarlet Nexus gone on a little bit more forward towards February. But at last, those two games has been absolutely incredible for basically beating it and that kind of stuff. Metal Gear Rising was basically, I guess, 2 more videos after after the new year started. But a lot of things happened alongside beating them. So alongside with Scarlet Nexus, I started the Persona 4 Golden series. It has been an absolute blast of a series and has indeed gone through a long way until January. But alas, even though I play games at this long length, they're still fun. So alongside obviously with Persona 4 Golden, I started off my Call of Duty Cold War Zombies. Now I'm not sure if I remember correctly, I don't think I have, mentioning it through my birthday video from this year. I keep saying last year. From this year, but if I haven't specifically said, I'll explain it here. I am so goddamn grateful for how my Call of Duty Zombies went. It has by far been the best video, and that was even the first part. It still remains the best video I have on my channel. And that's just only one. And I'm super grateful for you guys who able to enjoy the content at the time. And we'll elaborate more about this topic once we go down the memory lane, because there is a lot to talk about in this specific part. So alongside doing Cold War Zombies, I started off alongside with Persona 4 Golden, obviously finishing Scarlet Nexus. I started off my Dark Souls trilogy series, starting off with Dark Souls 1. It has been a blast being with you guys on Twitch. I couldn't have asked any better experience. It has been an absolute blast, and obviously upon beating on that one, I also started off my Dark Souls 2 series, which it is a shame that what happened with Dark Souls 2, and I think for many of you who maybe hasn't heard of, or in a sense why I haven't made more Dark Souls 2 since then, because I was almost beating the game. So let me elaborate. So for any of you guys who hasn't been updated through any of my social medias, even if it's on Twitch, basically I had to make a small pause, well in this particular case a big pause, with Dark Souls 2. And that's for one specific reason of that, if you don't know me, RC from last time, basically my PS4 is at this point of it's giving its own life. My PS4 has been through many years, and seeing that obviously there's side effects onto it, that it's obviously turning on by itself and then shutting it down. But the fact I can't switch it on because it goes on a black screen, and my controller doesn't connect to it. I found my ways to connect it. It's still functioning now, but the risk that I had to basically continuously play through my PlayStation was literally basically killing it. So I decided to take a good rest for my PS4 until I found a solution for me to give out more content. And I think I will elaborate once I finish down here. So let's continue. There's a lot to talk here. So obviously, all that happening around finishing obviously Scarlet Nexus in February, alongside with all the series I mentioned, we started off the Devil May Cry series, playing obviously 1 and 2 back to back. Starting off the series pretty good. I'm being absolutely enjoying it. Gave my own review at the time, and everything was good and fun and dandy. Obviously, upon finishing Cold War Zombies as well around that time, I started obviously playing my Black Ops 3 Zombies, which again, absolute blast as well. And I didn't imagine that I would get that much support, and obviously my time that I invested in it was pretty much amazing, and I can't thank enough with you guys. All these games I've been playing up to that point, I've been so grateful, and things were starting to shine. So from there, finishing up the 2 Devil May Cries, we started off Tales of Berseria. So I had Tales of Berseria, Persona 4 Golden back to back, and them both were being an absolute blast. I didn't expect that Tales of Berseria would be that good, for me specifically, and it's amazing. The story was pretty nice and everything, and I can't thank enough for you guys to be by my side watching through these. I'm going through the same experiences as I am. This year has been, up to that point, everything was going pretty good. Obviously, upon finishing Persona 4 Golden, we jumped right into Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. A little change on the genre, but still, we either way enjoyed playing through it. Everything to that point, I was enjoying it. But I wanted to know at the time, through all that I wanted to see if I could give a chance to other games that I could play through my library. And that's why I started off my random game series, which I also had to pause it. I mean, who knows, maybe you guys are still interested in me doing some more random game series, that's totally fine. But at the time, I was giving some testing towards how YouTube's algorithm would work. So around that time, my mind was in many places. I wanted to see what could thrive or what could spark. I thought to myself that maybe random games isn't what I need. Maybe it isn't for them as well. So I started emphasizing and focusing on myself, on obviously for you guys, going on with the same sort of series. Obviously my mind, obviously until now, is still in that sort of brain side. It's like, am I giving the right content, or am I missing something? Or so it comes down to how progression works, on how I could evolve, and how could my channel where it could be. So I kept on going. After that, I finished off Tales of Berseria and it has been a blast. Finishing that up gave me a sort of satisfaction that I'm beating it, but at the same time I feel like, damn, being so long with the game, getting to know, getting that kind of stuff, everything has been absolutely pleasant. Who knew that a game like that could basically influence? And that goes with any game, really. So alongside with that, I went, obviously, starting off Devil May Cry 3. After so many months from playing the game, from Persona 4 Golden, Persona 4 AU, and Tales of Berseria, I finally started off my Devil May Cry 3. And obviously having them back to back from both of them, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax and Devil May Cry 3, has been everything good. Now, at the time, obviously being that recently, I started off working. Came back working again, and the thing is, I need something to support myself, and obviously something that can support my channel, meaning I could have more options of giving content, which I previously didn't. So now that I have kind of custom sort of schedule, or sort of maintaining what I'm doing on what I can possibly do, I found a way to do both, which is pretty awesome. At the beginning or starting work, it was a part is more of a physical job. it can drain mentally, and it was something that I needed to start getting used to it before I can just drastically change to come back to this. That's why there was been a period that I stopped recording. Obviously coming back, obviously started on basically finishing off Devil May Cry 3. And basically around that time, it was Halloween. And I wanted to do something, a Halloween special, but I couldn't. Because of time, and obviously my inner energy wasn't specifically there. So upon obviously getting, it's like, screw it, I want to go back into it again. I don't want to lose that vibe. I don't want to lose anything. So what I ended up is continuing. So from there, I started off basically Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is something that I wanted to do as a Halloween special. Not only that, it was a game voted for you guys to play on my channel. How did that happen? Well, around the time I started off my Discord channel, and from there I could request any game from you guys. You can vote to, or you can just directly request a game, and it would be a future possibility. A more 100% chance that there would be a series in the future. And so from there, finishing up Persona 4 AU, we were starting with Tales of Arise. And obviously from there, we finished off Resident Evil 2 Remake main game. And here we are till now. So that has been the entire year. That's been the entire 2023. And this is what I feel. What I feel about this year. To be frankly honest, how everything was starting off with my channel, and how everything is built up until now, I never expected to do so much this year. The promises that I made, or goals that I set through last year, has been more than I imagined. Like this past week, I've been thinking, what have I done? What have I actually accomplished? What have I done? What promises did I made, and which one of them have I basically achieved? And upon listening back the video from last year, and this includes also my birthday video, because that's more like a sequel to what I've done, I never imagined that I've done so much. And don't get me wrong, I also been live streaming through Twitch playing Honkai Star Rail, and that has been a blast as well. And I've been speechless making this video, or even prepping for this video, to how much have I accomplished, and how much you guys have been supporting along the way. Right now we're 70 subscribers, and we've done so much. It's a shame that obviously my two biggest, and it's not more of a disappointment, but it was indeed a shame that I couldn't continue, which is obviously Dark Souls 2, my Dark Souls series, and obviously my Call of Duty Zombies series. Those two are on pause, and I can't seem to continue it. One, mainly, but the other one I can continue. And maybe now I could possibly look up into it to see what solutions I have for me to go back onto those. But either way, to what I have done, it's been an absolute blast. And I feel so grateful, once again, for you guys to be there with me. There's so much, there's literally so much I could say on how grateful I am with everything I've done. Everything we done, more to say. Because it's not just only me, it's you guys as well. Like I said, you guys always give me a motivation to continue. And if I were to continue, I don't know where I could be. Maybe, you know, play games with my off time, and that's it. I've done so much here. Like, for example, before doing all this, I never read. I never got to pick up a book and read. And I was normally a type of guy, type of person, more to say, that I wasn't even interested in reading. And upon starting onto this, I've become better at reading. And even speaking through in dialogues, I think you guys can even see how much I progressed. How much I've become more fluently speaking. I may have some stutters because I can stutter a lot. I don't know, because I'm nervous, or just try not to fuck up the dialogue, or even trying to, because I'm morally cautious when reading. It's like I want to know what I'm reading first, and obviously in terms of pacing as well. So that's what normally happens when I'm reading. And obviously right now, upon finishing this year, I'm just mind blown. Everything that has happened was all thanks to you guys. Right now, I may have a surprise for what's to come. Many things will happen for next year, and I think I can elaborate with that now. What can we expect from 2024? First of all, before finishing up this year, there's obviously, I'll be continuing as always. Obviously start playing, or continuously play with Tales of Arise. I'm having a blast. For now, the game, I think I'm already starting to enjoy it. Very similar to how I went with Berseria. And Tales of Arise ain't gonna be a short game, so it's gonna be a while. But obviously, to what's to come, if you guys have been obviously the rest of my social media, I've been so elaborately annoying speaking about Persona 3 Reload. But here's the reason why. I had plans from last year to continuously play my Persona series. Well, this is actually 2 years ago. And who knew that the me from 2 years ago wouldn't imagine the Persona 3 Reload, a remake of that game that played on my series, on this channel. Who knew it would come a remake? And I was stoked. I was excited. I never imagined that this game would actually fully go through a remake. And I've obviously been so annoying, speaking once and again about Persona 3 Reload, but that's because I'm excited for the game. That game, in a sense, has changed my life back in the days, and to see a remake, I know for a fact that not only am I gonna get to relive that moment, but there will be new stuff. And new stuff to be able to share along with you guys. It is a shame that they did announce Persona 3 Reload, because if there weren't, I would have actually started off my Persona 5 Royal and my Persona 5 Strikers. Here's the thing. There's another Persona 5 as well. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to try my best with the series that I got through, that I'm going through, and actually with Persona 3 Reload. It all comes down on how long it will take me Persona 3 Reload and how I feel to be able to start Persona 5 Royal. And I think it would be safe to say that I'm most likely going to be playing Persona 3 and Persona 5 back to back. That is a lot of Persona for next year. It's going to be Persona 3 Reload, Persona 5 Royal, and don't get me wrong, once we get Persona 5, there will be a lot of non-stop Persona 5. Like, we're going to be going through Persona 5 Royal, Persona 5 Strikers, and even Persona 5 Tactica. That's just 3 Persona 5s in one go. But the reason why I'm going to do that structure is because Persona 5 Royal is still like, your base, your typical base JRPG turn-based. So compared to obviously Persona 5 Strikers, which is a Dynasty Warrior type game, it's obviously a different type of genre. Still has those RPG elements because that's what Persona 5 is a JRPG. So being a sense that the main genre of the game is not JRPG, it has those type of elements, but the main genre of the game is basically Dynasty Warriors with its own story spin. And obviously Tactica is sort of the same, but a different type of genre. It has a sort of XCOM-y or a Mario and Rabbids, or in a sense almost like a Fire Emblem style game. It's a whole different genre as well. So in a sense, the whole theme is going to be Persona. Just there's going to be different type of genres. So in a sense, it's going to be funny to go through, but I generally don't mind. After all, those are going to be the full-on line of Persona. So once I start Persona 3 Reload, it's just going to be another Persona game until I clear those out. But RC, as my structures goes, I have other plans as well. So instead of me going through a whole of Persona, RC, I have the other series as well. I normally do 2 series. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but just to elaborate, I'm not changing my structure. So I have Persona as on one side. What do I have on my other? I specifically don't know how long Tales of Arise will go, on how I'm going to be able to finish it, on how everything is going to go. But in a sense, there's a lot to go through after Tales of Arise. So my plans, it most likely would be through many games. Not sure how I'm going to be structuring them, but I think I would have more of a clear idea when I get to finish it. And there is many options. First of all are the games that you guys recommended. Obviously, in my Discord channel, I have a specific section for you guys to be able to recommend any game that you specifically want, and I'll go through and maybe give it a consideration, or maybe I will give it a go as a future game in this or series into my channel. Obviously, that's not only the only one thing. Like I've done through Resident Evil 2, I had 3 games for you guys to choose to become a series for an upcoming game that I'm about to finish. This has happened this year, like I mentioned before. This has been a game, this has been I guess a feature that we have on Discord, that I choose 3 type of games and you guys get to choose out of the 3. And obviously the one that gets most voted will be the definitive next game to be on my channel. And you guessed it, Resident Evil 2 Remake was the game. So obviously, for me, the other 2 games are not discarded. Those are potential 2 games that are going to be for voting, most likely for 2024. Will that happen first? Who knows? That all comes down how I feel after beating Tales of Arise, because I have a game in mind and I'm pretty sure you guys are excited as well. So it could either be the voted games or the games that you recommend, or I could decide to go with Devil May Cry 4. So obviously beating 1, 2, 3 in 2023, I might as well go through Devil May Cry 4. Obviously getting close to being basically up to date with Devil May Cry, because I still got 4 and 5 to beat. And who knows if I ever get to play them both 2024. But those 2 are a potential future and most likely coming soon as well. And I'm pretty sure you guys are stoked alongside with me, because like I said, I never played the Devil May Cry until so much recently, or she playing 1, 2, and 3. So 4 is going to be a lot more interesting. And obviously, what more can I say? So there's a whole lot more actually. So obviously, I mentioned this in one of the live streams, but I'm mainly going to elaborate a little bit more in this video, is the return of the Souls-like. Yes. Playing Dark Souls 2 is coming back in 2024. I've been thinking about it. I'm actually was possibly even doing this early, but I think there's things I need to do first before starting back. So how did I come up with a solution? Like I mentioned before, my solution was to basically I had many different sort of, I guess, solutions that I could have picked up, and I picked one of them, which is getting a PS5. So yeah, means that we're going to be using the PS5 hardware to play our Dark Souls, and not only that, any other games that I have on it. Let mine alone, I'll be playing that on my Persona 5 Royal as well, and my Persona 5 Strikers. So both of my Personas are going to be on the PS5 hardware. So I'm more than stoked, I'm more than happy to actually go through them. And I can't specifically wait to actually get to try and get to play them. And it's going to be a whole lot more blast as well. And even other games that I have on PlayStation. If you guys are wondering if you want me to cover Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, I'll be glad to. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, and even Marvel Spider-Man 2. And if you guys stoked to it, I can actually basically prep for it. And yeah, that goes with the with the PlayStation 4 out of the way. It's a shame that my PS4 had to go such length. It gave me so much, and obviously with work, gave me the possibility of actually getting on my hands a PS5. So finally, let's just hope that very recently they don't come up with a PS5 Pro and basically fuck me over. But in a sense, I would have still gone my this first PS5 model. So I generally do not care that much. So upon finishing that, I've been thinking also as well to do more type of streams on Twitch that are just not Honkai Star Rail. RC upon the release of Honkai Star Rail every single Wednesday on Twitch, I started streaming once again Honkai Star Rail. Maybe I couldn't done it on a Wednesday, but I obviously can change around the week. But in a sense, I've always felt like I've been doing just one type of game on Twitch, so I've been thinking that maybe I can do other types of games on my Twitch channel. Maybe even posting them on YouTube as well. For me, there's one promise that I didn't do along the year, and is basically compiling moments of Honkai Star Rail onto my channel. And for me, it's most likely the only one thing I haven't done, and I haven't. Maybe it's not a perfect excuse, but it's the only excuse I have. I specifically don't have much time for myself to go and edit all the live streams I've done through all the Honkai Star Rail I've been playing. So alongside from all that, I came a conclusion for a certain series that might actually potentially start for now. RC, I've been mentioning that RC, once I've beaten Resident Evil 2 Remake, I would actually continue with Tales of Arise purely. But I've been thinking that maybe that ain't a good idea. After all, I've been doing 2 series back to back, and maybe just Tales of Arise wouldn't be such a great idea. An RC with tight schedules, maybe, who knows? Maybe I can squeeze one game in before Persona 3 Reload. And you guessed it, I came to an actual agreement to myself, and I would actually dedicate that, and that would be the start of a new series. Now, everything goes down to, there's many reasons why I started to this series. You could say this is an official announcement. Take it as you might. I've been insisted to do this series now, and why should I reject an offer like that? So, obviously, it was a game. First of all, it was a game obviously recommended on my Discord channel, and not only that, I have a specific game I've been playing, and lately I've been playing many games off screen, obviously with my own, my own time, because I can do that. Honestly, if you guys want me to do it, so in a sense, I've been playing many games recently, and one of them is Grand Blue Fantasy Rising. Obviously enjoying playing the game a lot, but obviously there has been an announcement for its future content during the year, and one of them, it happens to be from Nier Automata. And obviously, you guessed it, my next upcoming series for this upcoming week would be none other than Nier Automata. It's not only a game that I've been obviously so enticed to play and been looking forward to it. I never had the chance back in the day, but now I say, what better moment to do that? So upon celebrating obviously the information that they gave through Grand Blue Fantasy Rising, I might as well start Nier Automata. I've been specifically insisted to play the game. The game is super good, and I might as well review it. Might as well go through it alongside with you guys and go blindly. So that out of the side as well, I think that's for the moment all I can say. This video definitely is a video that I wanted to make since last time. I enjoyed making it last time, and obviously doing it now. For this one, I'm more excited, because upon looking back, I realized how much I have accomplished, and I hope I can keep my promises with these ones as well, and we can all enjoy together. So I think I'm gonna wrap up this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I know this has been more throughout. And I genuinely do mean that I'm so grateful for you guys to be there with me. You guys, literally, as much as I say it, it truly means a lot. You guys have been constantly there with me, and I can't wait to go with these games that I have. I want to see the games that will be coming. Maybe, who knows, maybe there's a new game that I want to cover it immediately, or have priority in some other ones or not. But all this happens because of you. So this is my 2024 resolution. I'm pretty sure my past me would be proud of me. And I'm sure whatever comes these upcoming years, I hope I can achieve so many more. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you're watching this from the winter holidays, I hope you have a nice Christmas. And yeah, without further ado, let's start packing our bags to 2024. I feel like this is going to be a great year. And it's going to be even more of a greater year with you guys. But until then, peace out to 2024.